Hey guys, I'm super glad to welcome you at a new ITTT's live stream. I'm going to wait for a moment until some people join me, but today's topic is devoted to a really challenging issue for those teachers who are unaware about their abilities to find a job, and I'm going to dwell upon the problem um, of getting employed as a non-native speaker. So basically, this is a tough issue for all new teachers and for some current teachers. I'm going to share my own experience, but at the same time, I would love to give you a piece of advice on how to build on your successful teaching career. And I should say that actually today's live stream isn't for those people who expect that everything comes super easy and that someone will do everything for them. So basically, this live stream and this discussion is going to be useful just for those people who are motivated enough and who are proactive enough to work on the teaching career. All right, thanks guys for joining me. Hello, Tikaram. I hope to pronounce your name correctly. If I am mistaken, just let me know. I'm glad to see you guys joining. Thanks a lot. There is also Fares. I'm really good today. Thanks a lot. By the way, in my place, in my region, it's getting colder, and I should say I couldn't sleep at night without my warm blanket. But it is still too hot if I use it. So let me know what is the situation in your places. Is it still hot or it's cooler? Okay, so as I have already mentioned, we are going to discuss the problem of being a non-native teacher and being a little bit unaware of the situations related to employment. I hope to help you out with this problem, but basically I should say this situation is like your mostly mental situation, like psychological issue. I don't say that everyone who is not aware of getting employment is a psycho or something like that. It's just like, we all have to work on ourselves a lot. So let me change the slide. And first of all, I would like to introduce ITTT. So this live stream is provided by ITTT. We are a leading TEFL and TESOL provider. So if you see myself or if you see this company, this logo for the first time, just make sure you subscribe, you follow our social media. So we usually go live on YouTube and Facebook. Yeah, that's it. And we are presented on various social media. So if you're interested in Pinterest, for example, we've got nice boards over there, which might help you with finding ideas for your lessons and stuff like that. So check it out. And also, every live stream, we share this QR code and this link. So you can get a 30% discount of any ITTT TEFL courses. So make sure you save it and you use it whenever you need. So it's like a special offer for live streams only. So if you consider getting TEFL certified, it's a great bonus. So all right, let me check the chat box quickly. All right, so where I am based in Yekaterinburg, Russia. So it's It's a place located pretty far from Moscow. It's like the central part of Russia, even the Ural region. Yeah, it is the Ural region. So we are, by the way, pretty close to the Kazakhstan border. Yeah, like that. But it is really far from the western part of Russia. So it makes me a non-native speaker and a non-native teacher. And all things I'm going to tell you today, guys, are based on my own experience, because basically I am a non-native ESL teacher working with people from all over the world. And I should say that this experience, um, like I didn't get it overnight. I had to work for several years in order to get to where I am now. Okay, so that's pretty much. So the point I'm going to ask you, the question I'm going to ask you is this. So when it comes to finding your employment, researching your employment possibilities, it is really important to clarify if you actually plan to build a teaching career, because many people consider teaching as a side hustle. Many people don't think that they are going to do teaching job in several years. It's more likely that they want to have it as a part-time job or as something in between. Like, when you don't know what to do in your life, you research, you investigate everything, and yeah, that's what you try to do because you have this English speaking abilities. But if you expect that you get a really nice job, a really great employment opportunity, this mindset, from my point of view, of course, you might not, you don't have to agree with me. So it might be not such a great way to think like that. So if you are going to change jobs recently, if you are going to change like your positions in a couple of years, so maybe teaching isn't actually for you. And from this perspective, it's going to be a little bit more challenging to find a really nice job. But that's what I believe. Basically, there are many life situations when people just combine different jobs and make a lot of money doing so. But yeah, it's totally up to you. From my perspective, it is always better to choose some specific track and follow it. So in my belief, it is really important to decide that teaching is my career for life, and I'm going to work on it. The next point is here. So when it comes to teaching itself, it is also necessary to decide which mode of teaching you actually prefer. Is it online teaching, or probably you want to teach in a traditional classroom, like one-on-one, or maybe work with a whole group? For some other people, teaching abroad is a really interesting career path, and some people choose this option. But anyways, you have to consider one specific mode of teaching and stick to it. Because if you change your approaches, if you change those modes of teaching, it might also be difficult in terms of building this whole career track. what I mean by saying that is that, for example, if you work as an online teacher, it's actually my situation right now. So I've been teaching online only for the past 2 years, and I I can't imagine myself being in a real classroom communicating with real, like not with real people, but I mean in person, face to face. I don't even know. I don't even know what approaches to implement. Of course, I know all of those methodologies and stuff like that, but I have been stuck to online teaching, and I'm more or less active there. So I believe that my teaching mode is online teaching, not in-class teaching. Okay, and what should you consider next? What you should consider not next is like what you're going to teach exactly and who you're going to teach. Because usually people, especially those people who have recently been TEFL certified, they have this major training. They have got that major training, and they are like those teachers who are able to teach anyone, who are able to work with whatever types of students, with whatever types of groups. But this track is also not really successful and clear, because you can work with these people a little, with this one, with those people a little, but you are not professional in a specific niche. So my recommendation to you is that it is always better to niche, so to choose a specific group of people, to target some specific age group, to choose something clear you are going to teach. For example, my situation right now, so last year I worked with children from 7 years to 15 years. But then I realized that working with young children is really challenging for me, and I didn't succeed that much with that with that age group, and it was, yeah, like every lesson was stressful for me as a teacher. I had to prepare a lot. I had to reconsider a lot of activities during our lessons and stuff like that. And moreover, there are some emotional situations when children don't want to sit or don't want to do some particular activities, when they don't want to listen to me, when they switch off their cameras and stuff like that. So after the previous school year, I decided to stop working with young children and chose those kids I really adore. Uh, yeah, I started working, well, I just decided to work with teenagers only. So my age group now, my target age group now is teenagers from 12 to 15. And I don't have to spend time on preparing for younger kids, for choosing like various activities related to lower levels of English as well. Although some teenagers still have like the A1, A2 level, but the approach is absolutely different. And I feel like it is more comfortable for me to work with teens compared to children. So let me know what you think about this point, please, guys, because I know that many teachers still prefer to, to target whatever students possible just to make money. So what is your opinion, considering the age group, the audience in general? So I would love to hear from you, so use the chat box and let me know what you think. And I'm going to comment on the second point from this slide, which is right here. So after you've chosen your niche, after you've limited your services, it is really important to build on expertise. So basically, when you work on your professional development in general, you actually build your expertise. But in general, when it comes to niching your services, you have to like narrow down to some specific skills you have to work on. So once again, my personal example, I've mentioned that I started working with teens only, but I also decided to limit my services. I stopped delivering general English classes. I chose an absolutely different approach. I decided to offer exam preparation. So these young teens and older teens, like from 12 to 15 years, this age group in Russia doesn't have to pass any governmental exams, any public exams, they actually study this general English at school, but usually they don't have enough classes and their abilities, they don't level up, they never grow, they stay the same. So that is why I decided to offer this opportunity to learn how to pass exams. And there are nice exams. There are a lot of awesome exams, international exams, I mean. So I decided to focus on preparing for the Cambridge exams. And this year, one of my students have already passed B1 preliminary, which is a B1 level exam, like an intermediate level exam. We are waiting for her results, but I believe that she did a great job. So I helped her during the whole course. We learned different strategies, how to pass those exams, but at the same time, we worked on her abilities. One of the crucial abilities was speaking to other people and working in collaboration. So we learned those strategies that are actually important in our daily life. So she actually succeeded in communicating to other people. And after the exam, she said, like, it was a piece of cake for me. I wasn't nervous. I didn't worry. So I just talked to another teen, another girl, and that was like that. That was it. So we worked on building necessary skills in general, but at the same time, we worked on different sub skills related to the exam. So yeah, coming back to the building your expertise, I should say that when you pick a specific niche, you have to find some ways that can help you work on your personal skills of, preparing for something you want to prepare for. In my case, was to seek some training in exam preparation. So I actually joined several workshops related to exam preparation. And what else? I also read a lot of handbooks for teachers, and I worked with teachers' books related to the course. So this is something you can do for free, absolutely, except for workshops and some specific trainings. But if you want to understand how exams work, it is like absolutely accessible. So you can find it on the net and yeah, build on your expertise on your own. So it is really important, and I believe that if you decide as early as it is possible who to work with and what to teach, it's going to be much more beneficial for you. Yeah, and don't neglect building on your expertise in different ways. It's also crucial. Okay, let's move on to the next point. So how to build on your expertise. Basically, three steps to do that. Invest in your professional development. It can be something related to trainings, workshops, whatever. You have to invest your money, you have to invest your time. Yeah, it takes a lot of time, but you have to be frank with yourself. If you build on your career as a teacher, you have to invest. You have to spend a lot of time, energy, resources on becoming a better teacher for your students, because you want to make sure that your clients get these perfect services. Maybe not perfect, but at least decent services. The next point for all non-native speakers is work on your English skills. Um, I actually have a teaching blog on Instagram, and a month ago I asked my followers. There are several teachers actually among those followers. I asked my followers if they wanted to pass IELTS or exams alike. And to my um, surprise, teachers said that they don't have to pass any international exams. I was really shocked by that because basically, if we want to provide those high quality services to our students, especially in those cases when we prepare students for some international exams, we have to pass international exams ourselves. As a bonus, when you prepare for international exams like IELTS, you also build on your English skills. For example, I took IELTS 2 years ago. At that time, I wanted to enroll into a university, so I decided to pass IELTS academic, uh, which was much more challenging than the second one, than the usual type of IELTS. But while preparing for that exam, I worked on my listening skills, on my reading skills. I learned several reading techniques myself, like those speed reading techniques. They are actually really important for all English speakers, and for not just passing exam, but for doing this research work while studying at university or while being a teacher. We have to work with lots of information, and we have to be able to pick only that relevant information. So I improved not just my specific skills, but not just those reading skills, but also some sub skills. And finally, yeah, I got that certificate. I proved that my English was of the high level. And yeah, I believe that these days, one of the things my clients choose me is that I have different proofs of my professional skills. And English skills are absolutely important for English teachers. And the last point is to get relevant experience. It is pretty challenging, especially at the beginning of your career. However, do not overestimate, do not underestimate any, voluntarily jobs or internships, whatever lets you get this relevant experience. So, for example, if you want to work with children, try to find some opportunities to work a couple of times for free, probably. Why not? So, um, anyway, experience is much more valuable than the money you get. So, try to find at least one or two opportunities to get this first experience, and then you can add it in your CV, in your resume, and you can also use it as a story when you reach out to new clients. So something like that. Um, it might sound easy when I talked when I speak about it, but in fact, this is the way you get this experience. And when I was at the beginning of my teaching career, that was like that. I didn't work for free as a teacher, probably with my brother only. So I taught my brother. He was 6 years at that time. And I restarted working with my brother again these days. So this is probably the only case when I work for free. But at the beginning of my teaching career, I actually charged really little. So lesson, my lesson with children aged 5 to 7 was like, oh, I can't say how much it was in dollars, probably like $3 or something at that time. So these days we have a different currency, so probably it's even less than $3. But anyways, it helped me to get that relevant experience. And then I worked as a tutor with school kids. It was also really cheap. I wasn't an experienced teacher, and I wasn't a teacher on the first place. I was a linguist. So I actually was a student at that time at the linguistic department. And yeah, I didn't know anything about teaching. That is why I decided to, get some initial experience and then to reinvest those money I made on tutoring and some side jobs into my studies. And that's how I got to my TEFL certification. So I got that initial training, the 120-hour TEFL course. And yeah, that was my first step on how to build on my teaching career. After that, I started, narrow down my services and got some other trainings. When I went to China to work in a Chinese kindergarten, at that time I tried to get as much training as possible in early childhood education. That was one of my strategies. But when I came back to Russia, I understood that teaching children wasn't for me and started changing my career track. So that's in a nutshell. I hope this information is relevant to you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments section, and if you agree or disagree with the points from this slide. I am actually going to check out the chat box right now, the comment section right now, because I saw there were some questions, or yeah, let me check. So Tikaram asks about a TEFL course. I'm going to answer such questions related to TEFL certifications and stuff like that at the end of my presentation. But stay tuned. I'm going to answer your question. Let's see. Yeah, so Zahra says that they prefer teaching to teens and adults. Yeah, I believe that this these age groups are really interesting to work with. Of course, they are also challenging. For example, when it comes to teaching adults, it is always difficult to, to synchronize schedules and to understand if it's going to be a long-term relationship. I have a lot of examples when we started working, and there was a lot of motivation, but because of the tough schedule, because of the hectic lifestyles, people just left after a month or so. And yeah, but you can't do anything about it. If people want to go, if they are not able to prioritize English, you are not who to be blamed. Yeah. Okay. And yeah, as for China, I stayed in China for almost 3 years. I worked in 2 different kindergartens, actually even in 3 different kindergartens, because after 1 year in one of them, I was relocated in a different branch in another city. Yeah, and I worked in the first kindergarten. I worked with children from 2.5 years to 7 years. I taught large classrooms. That was absolutely insane. That was really difficult, especially for me, being not skilled, not experienced at all at that time. And then I found a job in a different kindergarten, yeah, and taught a small group of 16 children. Yeah, that was much easier and much pleasant because I stayed in one classroom during the whole day. And after like 9 months of my work, I could actually see the results, because children could, could speak out, could express themselves a little bit, and that was really nice. Yeah. And yeah, that's it. So let me know if you have any further questions related to this slide, or maybe related to something about your training and stuff like that. So let's move on to the next point. By the way, yeah, here on this slide, I would like to tell you a little bit about specialized courses at ITTT. So we've got a lot of specialized TEFL courses. By the way, this presentation contains different links. So if you need direct links, let me know in the comments section. I'll send you the link to this presentation, and you will be able to have it. So, as I have already mentioned before, it is important to narrow down your services and then build on your expertise. And getting specialized TEFL courses might be that training you actually want to have, because such trainings help you learn specific skills you need to when you teach some specific groups. For example, if you want to work with businessmen, why not taking certificate for teaching business English? If you want to work online and you don't know how to start, we have this TEFL course for teaching English online, and a couple of other interesting courses. They are actually brand new at ITTT, so you can check these two out. They are related to academic planning and teaching grammar and phonology. So if you want to learn a little bit more on how to teach grammar, for example, this last course can be a really great addition to your general training. And by the way, these two courses can be taken outstanding. You don't have to take any other trainings if you want to learn just these particular skills. And these two courses in bold, they are a part of our expert packages. So you can't take it without any previous training, and you can do it just in terms of the expert package. So if you're interested in this information, let me know in the comments section, because I can share all necessary links and stuff like that. And just let me remind you that we offer this 30% discount. So if you consider taking a TEFL course, feel free to scan this QR code, or you can follow this link from the chat box. And you will get this nice incentive. Yeah, I think that it's a really valuable discount, because it's the highest at ITTT. Yeah, just feel free to use it. And let's move on. I think it's one of the last points I want to discuss with you today, guys. But anyways, it is really important. So when it comes to teaching abroad, I usually meet those people who consider it for the sake of money only. But the truth is, unfortunately, it is not 100% guarantee that in another country you're going to get more money than in your native country. The truth is, it is really subjective. This teaching business is really subjective to the current situation in a specific location. And for example, if it comes to different Asian countries, maybe in China you can get paid higher than in Thailand. At the same time, it is more challenging to get a job in China than in Thailand, because in Thailand it is legal to work as a teacher without possessing this native speaking country passport. So in Thailand, it might be easier to find a job. I don't guarantee that as well, but you can research this point, and from the legal perspective, it might be easier. And if we get back to the problem of China, if you know that this country is really, subjective on the first place, and then they try to regulate everything, every business, every area. So you have to know that recently they have created a new policy, and nowadays it's actually getting challenging to work as an online English teacher. via different, platforms. Um, so even for native speakers. So there are online schools like VipKid. They actually uh, they either stop working at all or they change their scheme, because from now on it is actually not allowed to provide extra services, extracurricular activities to Chinese students. It is actually just about schools. So if you work with teenagers and some other school kids, it might be challenging to work with them online, even online. But at the same time, um, yeah, it's challenging to get a job in China as well, in the location. Yeah, and of course, if you consider this situation slightly different, if you approach it different, yeah, as Mahmoud says, first you get experience, yeah, then you build on your expertise, and then you may get more money than at the beginning of your career. But yeah, you have to understand it's not easy, it's not fast. You have to be patient and you have to work hard. Yeah. And in my case, I can give you an example. Last year, I couldn't charge more than $15. That was just, just challenging for myself, because I thought that I wasn't ready, that I wasn't experienced enough, I wasn't trained enough. So the whole year I spent on getting more relevant experience and getting some additional training. And this year, yeah, I started charging $18 to $20, depending on the course type. Yeah, that's it. So let's move on. And another point I wanted to mention is that when you want to work in a specific country, in a specific location, the thing is you have to research it on your own. So there is a question in the comments section. Is there a chance to get a job in Vietnam? There surely is, but I can't guarantee it. Unfortunately, you have to research it on the first place. You have to see if you are eligible for this location. You have to consider if there are any open positions. You also have to research what is the situation with this COVID-19 problem, because many countries are still closed, many borders are still closed, and it's basically impossible to get into the country, even getting this work visa. So yeah, my suggestion is research, and then you will have more information and understanding what areas, what gaps you have to work on. If it is your experience, you get more relevant experience in your home country. If it is something related to your English skills, you work on your English skills, and the like. And by the way, if you want to work in a specific location, you can get relevant experience online as well. I usually recommend teachers who reach out to me to consider teaching online, but to work with those students who are actually from that destination of their choice. It can be a great idea because online you can understand if you actually want to work with this or that country. Yeah, without relocating there. Okay. Yeah, probably this one. No. Yeah. Almost the last point. How to get employed. I have already mentioned that nothing comes easy. You have to work hard. Be frank with yourself. Nobody will come right after your TEFL certification and offer you a job opportunity. You have to um, carry out a really thorough research related to the niche, related to the age group you want to work with. You have to work on your CV. You have to learn how to present yourself. So lots of things are important. And yeah, you have to be able to sell yourself, because even if you're a non-native speaker, there is still an opportunity to get a job. My example, once again, so half a year ago, I got a job in an American company. It's a really niche company, offering pronunciation courses to students who actually live in native speaking countries. So their audience is adults with higher level of English. So they are able to speak pretty fluent. Some of them are really fluent, some of them are proficient, but they have some problems with their accents, and they want to reduce accents because they can't be, you know, 100% members of the native speaking society. So that's why they come to that company. They start taking courses in that company, and yeah, they work on their sub skills in English. So I got a job in that company as an English teacher, and I deliver English grammar classes and speaking clubs. The CEO of the company is American. She's from the US, and she's a really, proactive lady who wants to give the most high quality services to her clients. So how I got the job? I researched. Initially I was her student as well. So I saw the company from the inside as a student. And then I noticed that many people who get enrolled into the course, they are actually not that advanced. They are probably like intermediate level, and they still have problems with basic skills. Oh, so there was some error. I hope you can guys see me and hear me. Let me know. And I'm going to, continue my story. So I noticed that those people needed some help with their basic skills, and I created a proposal for the CEO of the company, and reached out to her via email and said, like, I can give you this value. You can actually benefit from it, and your students can benefit from it. And she decided that it was actually a great idea, because this type of training is a great bonus for her pronunciation course students. So this is another approach. You can get a job, but you have to work. You have to research, and you have to find opportunities, even if there are not many opportunities at all. So another suggestion is try freelance work. Sometimes people stick to working through some providers, through some employers, but basically you can find students on your own. When I was a student myself, when I studied at university 5 years ago, even more, I started tutoring just to make some extra money, some cash money. Yeah, and I found students on my own. I offered people my services. I used placements like Craigslist. Uh, yeah, and I just advertised myself that way. So you can try that too, and you can start as a freelancer, and then it may lead to your own business. Don't underestimate this experience as well. It is really valuable. Don't stick to just, you know, um, direct employment or stuff like that when you work with some specific employers. Also, if you consider teaching online, there are many teaching marketplaces like Preply, italki, and stuff like that. So you can work there as a freelancer as well. It's possible to get your direct students working for such companies versus for some specific online schools. So it's a better approach from my point of view, because you have this, um, you have a place to move. You can decide what to do on your own and how many hours a week to work. So something like that. Yeah, I hope, guys, you are on the same on the same page as myself. Let me know what you think in the comments section, and I'm going to drink some water. Okay. Yeah. So now the last point of today's presentation, how ITTT can help you. So basically, we have really useful sections on the website. First of all, if you haven't taken TEFL courses at ITTT, you can still check out our job postings, because we post for the whole public, for the whole audience. You can find this job posting. Oh, yeah, here it is. You can find this job posting via this link. Okay, or you can follow our Facebook group and check out our feed, because we post different job prospects weekly. Yeah, just have a look. We work with different recruiters from all over the world, with online recruiters as well, and we try our best to pick out the most relevant vacancies for you. Make sure you subscribe and you turn on the notifications button so you get updated. At the same time, you can check out our website, that section. We have postings based on different locations. Another point, we at ITTT offer an instant job support, so a lifetime job support. If you took a TEFL course with ITTT and you are a graduate at ITTT, you can get this job support anytime. You must have been notified about that in your final email from your tutor or from a TEFL manager. So check out your inbox, because you should have an access to a private platform where we share specific information related to, job support. Okay. What's next? Let's see. Okay, that was the last slide. Oh, and I haven't mentioned the expert package. So the expert package, so if you consider taking a TEFL course with ITTT, I would recommend you checking out the expert package. It is probably a huge decision for most students, because this expert package is the most pricey one. However, it's a great investment from my perspective, because you invest one time and you get various types of certifications. So let me share the link to the expert package as well. You can check it out. Yeah, you can see all of the points related to this type of certification, but basically you get all necessary skills from one training. But I'm not sure if, no, it's actually not one training, but trainings that follow each, like one and another, something like that. But it is really valuable because there is that teaching practice component. It is valuable for those people who want to build on the teaching career from scratch and who don't know where to get the first experience. So that's why I recommend it. Yeah, just consider it. And that's my last point. I hope that today's presentation was clear to you. And if you still have any questions related to the employment process as a non-native teacher, let me know. You might disagree with me on some points, but I still believe that only your own proactivity helps you get whatever you want and build on whatever teaching career you want. So make sure you, you do your job, you do your homework. Yeah. I see there are no questions except for Tikaram's question. So let me answer that one. Okay, 1 second. All right, so Tikaram, thanks for the question. So Tikaram is a student and his major is English. It's actually a great advantage for those who want to start teaching. What TEFL course to choose? Well, I have already recommended the expert package, but you should choose that course which fits you best. So think about your needs. So for example, if you don't know anything about teaching and you just start looking at that direction, check out some initial trainings. The minimum requirement for TEFL teachers all over the world is 120 hours certification. So check out that one. Let me send you a link. So here it is. Oh, thank you, Faraz. Thanks a lot for such a nice feedback. Thank you for saying such great words. It is actually so nice. Um, I'm going to blush right now. Thanks a lot for your kind um, words. Okay. Yeah, so Tikaram, I recommend you checking out our online TEFL courses. You can consider some initial certifications like 120-hour course or 170-hour course. You can also choose an option with tutor help, because if you don't know anything about teaching methodologies and stuff like that, um, tutors might be really helpful. Yeah, you can ask whatever questions you have, and yeah, they will assist you. What else? If you want to narrow down your niche, you can actually choose some additional trainings, like teaching business, like business English teaching, or teaching to children, online teaching. So whatever fits your needs best. So make sure you choose you check out the website, and if you have any further questions, feel free to ask. So you can email us, or you can actually direct message us on Facebook group. Yeah, that's pretty much. Do you guys have any further questions? Let me know. And I am going to invite you in my Facebook group. So I created my own Facebook group, and you can actually see this QR code on your screen. Oh, let me change, yeah, like this. So you can join in my Facebook group. You can add me in your Facebook friends. Yeah, yeah, that's right, Tikaram. There are two options: self-paced. Well, basically, all online courses are self-paced because you work at your own pace. But you can choose an option where a tutor helps you out via email. So if you have whatever questions, you can ask them. And if you have any challenges, doing some tests, or projects on the course, you can also reach out, and your tutor will help you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and let me send you a link to my Facebook group now. It's right here. I will be glad to see you guys as a part of my Facebook group. Feel free to join in. If you want to add me as a friend on Facebook, feel free to do that as well. You can also reach out to me if you have any questions related to TEFL certification. I will try my best to help you out. But I believe that is all for today. So I hope to see you next week. Yeah, that's pretty much for today's meeting. It was actually it has been so, fruitful in terms of discussion. Thanks a lot for your questions. Yeah, that's it. I'll see you next week, guys. If you have any suggestions for the coming live streams, feel free to message me as well. I will try my best to create a new live stream devoted to your problem. Okay? And make sure you use make sure you use this 30% discount if you want to take a TEFL course, because it's a really great discount. It will save you a lot of money. Yeah, next week, I believe next week I will go live at the same time, because in the previous live streams, I did like in the early morning, and that wasn't probably convenient for most people. And today I see there are a lot of active listeners. So I will do my live stream next week at the same time. But stay tuned. I will create the event on YouTube and Facebook, and you will be able to subscribe, to to click on the notification button, and yeah, and join in when it's time. Okay, thanks a lot, guys. Hope to see you next week. Thanks for joining me today, and that is all. Bye bye, guys.